devastation, like Ikit's devastation. Yes, yes.
Welcome to the channel, guys. I'm War Master Moloch, and this is a campaign start guide to Dr. Rattenheimer himself, Ikit Claw of Clan Skryre and the Skaven in Immortal Empires, and of course on Legendary difficulty. This was the campaign that first really got me addicted to Total War Warhammer 2. I really enjoyed the game beforehand, but it was when Ikit Claw came out and I tried him for the first time that I fell in love with him, with the Skaven, and the game in general. However, I kind of fell out of love with the campaign after a time because it just wasn't challenging anymore once I got used to it. It was really, really easy. So in Immortal Empires on Warhammer 3, I hadn't really tried Ikit Claw. And then a couple of weeks ago, I saw a couple of videos from people saying this campaign's now more irritating. They need to change it. It's harder. And I thought, well, in that case, I need to give it a look because maybe it's challenging now. And guys, guess what? It's still really fucking easy. If you know how to play this campaign, it's dead simple as a start. And once you've got the start in place, honestly, you're untouchable. This is not a campaign that is particularly challenging, but it is a lot of fun. I'm going to show you how to get off to that great start. So the first things I'm going to do, Skaven Blight up to tier 2. Growth building. Expansionist planning on Skaven Blight. Get rid of this pop-up thing so I can actually put Belquint Marsqueak in Ikit Claw's army. Now to go through the tactical position, what I've seen people complaining about is that the Beastmen are now in the west, so they can conquer Montinas, and then anything they destroy means that you have to fight the Beastmen in order to conquer Estalia if you go west. And over in the east, you got to fight the pirates of Sartosa, which for some reason they thought was some kind of struggle. And you ran the risk, if you went west, of having the pirates of Sartosa attack you at Skaven Blight, because Aranessa Saltspite does tend to do that if you don't fight her initially. Well, I've got a question to that, which is, how is that hard? Because Skaven Blight is incredibly easy to defend. Look at the size of that garrison and the quality of it. And as far as the Beastmen go, just go and kill them. Like, kill them, take Estalia, and then you're straight into Bretonnia. That then raises enough money so that you can raise a second army, and then you can attack in the east. And then you can go south. You can go north. The Skaven are food and money production machines once you get things working for them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go west, to quote the Pet Shop Boys. We're going to take out the Estalians, and we're going to take out the Beastmen. And at no point is Skaven Blight going to be in any danger while we're ready to start prepping up a new army to go east as well. Let's get to it. Next thing we're going to do, Forbidden Workshop, weapons teams, get the onboard waste compactor for your Rattling guns, infinite ammo. Okay? That's all you need to do turn 1, I should say. Except for, of course, take Tobaro. Now, this is going to be close victory and auto-resolve. We're obviously not going to go for that. You don't need any Menace Belows. Just go in and fight the battle manually to avoid the casualties. This is easy. Okay, so take your gunners. Place them right at the back here. We've got a massive range advantage because they only have one unit of crossbowmen. Put Ikit Claw there. Belquint Marsqueak there. Melee infantry, honestly, I'm just going to put them out of the way. They're really only being left in the army for balance of power, and I'm going to put the Doomflayers here. And that's pretty much it. We're just going to bombard them with magic and eventually gunfire as they get closer. And that's it. Main thing to get rid of are these crossbowmen, because they're the only thing that can do any damage from distance. And we're not at all worried about the melee. And what I like to do once the brass orb is on is to stick a quick warp lightning on top to double up the damage, and I'll stick another one on top of that as well if we can get it. There we go. Just start getting these guys to come backwards. How did that do for kills? Ikit got 21, Belquint Marsqueak got 17. So we're off to a good start. Let's send the Doom Flayers after the crossbowmen. Now we've got a bit of space, we'll turn Ikit around and go for his Warp Fire Thrower on his wrist. Oh, they look a bit closer, let's go for them. There we go. And as you can see, the Jezels have already started attacking. And we'll stick that on there. Warp Lightning again. Warp Lightning again. And that's it. Nice and simple. So, zero casualty battle. We're going to sack this place. And then we're going to loot and occupy at tier 1. Can repair the port. And recruit 3 units of Skaven Slave Slingers. And for Ikit Claw, go Route Marcher. And we're done with turn 1. So over the end turn, obviously the Beastmen took Montines because they always do that. Belquint Marsqueak got his first point, so we put that into standardized firing drill. And now we're going to move our army to here. Go south for this, by the way. And we want to recruit 3 more units of Skaven Slave Slingers. Now for our research... we have one option to go for, which is Ferocious Plans. And here we're going to go for the Dominating Scheme because that extra growth control and the recruitment cost reduction plus food is very good value for 3,000 at this early stage. So we're going to go for that. And just to check to see if this saves us any gold. Yes, it did. So that saved us some gold on the Skaven Slave Slingers by doing it after we'd activated that right. Now we're going to go back into the Forbidden Workshop, and I like Warp Fire Throwers for later on, so I'm going to go for Gout Boosters there. Which then also gives us the Incendiary Rounds ancillary that we can use in future battles. So we'll go into Ikit Claw's profile here and add Incendiary Rounds to him, and we'll hold off. Now, as you can see, Estalia in there, they're recruiting, and the Beastmen are going to be sizing them up straight away. Don't need to worry about them attacking us. They don't have nearly enough to do so. So we're going to end the turn, but we're actually going to watch this end turn. Obviously, that's a Herdstone at Montines. Keep an eye on Magritta. So that there means that the Beastmen attacked Magritta and they lost. Very sad. Many such cases. Okay, so what we're going to do with Ikit Claw is we're going to come to here in raiding stance. Not quite close enough. What's the matter with me? We go to here in encamp stance. And then we switch to raiding stance. For some reason that is glitched. So if you come in encamp stance and then go to raiding stance, you'll start getting some extra money and food. Obviously our research is now done because that was only a 1 turn one, so go for Driven by Hunger. Now what we're planning to do here, if you have a look at Morghur, he's actually the biggest threat to us if we wage war on him in this area. So we want to deal with him as a matter of priority. So what we're going to do, we're standing close enough to Magritta to reinforce. We're at war with Estalia, so is Morghur, so he's going to attack Magritta, and we're not going to help him. That means that he gets locked into the battle, and he gets his ass kicked, which is very good for us. So if we just end this turn, let's watch it happen. Ta-da! So what are we going to do? Oopsie, decline attack. His entire army gets wiped out. Now, sometimes it doesn't get entirely wiped out, but he might come back for a second stab because we're still there, so he still fancies his balance of power. Incorrectly, by the way. Now, they've been recruiting here, so they've got some fresh units in, and they're not a weak faction by any stretch of the imagination at this stage with these troops they've got in here. So this siege is not necessarily easy. However, there is a way to do it. I'm going to show you how. Let's put that on... we'll put that on a unit of rattling guns. So, as you can see, this is pretty formidable, but we can get through this. You just have to know how to fight the battle. I'm going to get us 4... Menace Belows. That'll give us 5 in battle, and we will go from there. You can cheese this one. I'm going to show you the nuts and bolts of this battle without making you sit through all of it, because it's pretty long, but by the end of it you'll know how to fight this. As you can see, there is a dead spot between the towers here. So this is the most powerful on the left, on the right, and this on the left. So you've got the spot there, and a spot there where we can be shot from. Once we're into here, we're outside of their range. But obviously we've got to look out for archers. Crossbowmen, I should say. So we need to be careful how we do this. So I want 2 sets of 3 units of Skaven Slave Slingers. We're going to leave the melee troops here. We're going to have the Doomflayers here. And we're going to have our gunners here. In fact, let me just do a quick rearrange there. Do it like that, and we should then get them. Jezzel's in the centre, rattling guns on the side, which is how I like them. Okay. And what we're going to do, nuts and bolts of it, are that we get Ikit Claw eventually up onto the walls, and we cast magic on top of him, so that we're hitting massive blobs of the infantry to do the most damage possible, while also having the Skaven Slave Slingers pepper that area too. So let's go in there. Obviously the first thing we want to do though is get rid of crossbowmen. As you can see, there are some there. We're just going to be looking out for blob opportunities. Get Ikit to there. Belquint to there. Don't want to be using your magic on like single units. Got some crossbowmen up on the wall, so obviously we want to start hitting them ASAP. Bring these to here because they haven't activated these towers. Skaven Slave Slingers aren't a great unit, but they do a fair bit of damage for what they are. Very good in terms of cost effectiveness. I just want to put Belquint out there so the other crossbowmen aim for him instead. And then we're going to go for this bunch of crossbowmen here. Let's just keep an eye out for any decent blobs. That was... Oh, hang on. We hit that. Not bad. Could have been better if I'd reacted a little faster, though. Yeah, they changed targeting from the slingers there. We didn't want that. From the crossbowmen, I should say. I think I called them slingers for a second there. Okay, get rid of those crossbowmen. We'll double up on the attacks there. Wherever possible, you want to be going for shots that are coming over the walls and down to the floor. For some reason, that just seems to do more damage. So next up, we'll go for this unit of crossbowmen. They're the ones that we really want to take out soonest.
Warpstone magic. Wheel for wind.
There we go. Obviously, we've got a tower out there firing at us. We can't really do much about that, but it's only Skaven slave slingers. We'll take the replenishment afterwards. While this is going on, I'm going to take our Doomflayers around here and we're going to start attacking that gate. Just as a little distraction, the real place where we want to enter, ideally, is over here. We want to draw units over to this area so that we get time once we've managed to break in. Remember, it doesn't look like much here, but there's lots of units dotted around. You can see them over there. Also, they tend to congregate crossbowmen in this area here because they've got blockers and platforms that they can put up there. And that general there is part of the reason why, if you're taking Ikit Claw inside, you want him to stay up on the walls instead, because the general's on a horse. He does the most damage to Ikit Claw of anything in here aside from maybe crossbows. Let's back that off a little bit. Oh, is that a potential blob coming here? It would have been a decent one. We've been pretty lucky with blobs so far, so we haven't needed to get Ikit up on the walls to maximise the magic, but we'll keep an eye out. That one's not a great one so far. They've put some crossbowmen up on these walls, so we're going to pull back for the moment. And now the Doomflayers are just going to go straight for that gate. That way we're less likely to have trouble with the crossbowmen. And as I mentioned there, with the crossbowmen, see, they're attacking our Doomflayers because they're all positioned over here. Or, like, there's a lot of units positioned over here compared to over here. And if I can, what I'll try to do is lure the general outside with the Doomflayer so that we can shoot him down. Because he's much easier to deal with when you can actually shoot him with guns. Okay, these guys are all out of ammo, so let's just get them out of range for the moment. And what we're going to do now, let's get Ikit Claw up onto the walls. Because he's got his warp fire thrower. So that's a bit of extra damage that we can do. And obviously he's also pretty damn tanky in his own right. He can fight well. Let's see if they'll get up there now. We've actually managed to avoid doing the blob thing so far, so Ikit is in good shape. Okay, we're getting shot by something. Just get the Doomflayers to there for the moment.
Ikit Claw.
Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a Menace Below on top of these Pistoliers because there's some crossbowmen coming as well, so we can get a potential double hit on high-value units. Basically shooters. Let's get rid of the Pistoliers because they're the fast ones of the bunch. And there's the General, as you can see. And there's now very little over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to call up our melee infantry to get them up on the walls as well. And you want to pick the spots where you get them up there, because you don't want them to all group up on one set of ladders, because that's what slows them down and turns it into a real ball ache. And we're also going to start moving these in here because they can also help us take points. Remember, we're not going to use our Doom Rocket here. We don't need to waste that on this kind of battle. He's a tough lad. Look at all the stuff that's now moving over to this side because we've opened that gate. And look at what we've done to their fastest reacting unit. Because the Doomflayers are over here, they're trying to protect this open gate because they know we can get inside. Meanwhile, we're climbing up the gates and they're frozen in place. Now, with this in mind, let's start getting our gunners forward. Should probably have moved them a little sooner, to be honest, but we have time. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go for the far gate. We'll run along the walls, then we'll jump down on this capture point, capture the gates, and then everyone runs inside and the guns get to work. So we thinned out the army a lot here. Ikit's tanking like a champ. It's all fine. Come on, guys, get up there. They are so slow at this. And do you know what? With this in mind, I'm going to tell them to start doing that so that everyone's moving at once. And move the gunners to there. And Belquint, Marsqueak, you can go over there as well. I really would prefer it if you didn't get down off the walls, guys, but hey-ho. Because getting down off the walls encourages the AI to move in this direction. See? Dumbasses. The pathing in these sieges is still shit. But getting up onto the walls has stopped them from doing what I was annoyed that they would be doing. In fact, let's aim for the outside of the walls, because then they're less likely to jump down. Now, I think we can now come down and take that gate. Okay, let's move these guys to here. Get them to start taking that, and the gunners can come through here now. And Belquint, Marsqueak can go there. Ikit Claw can go there. And I'll even move these slingers up here as well, just so we got numbers. Oh my god, they're actually trying to climb them over the walls. What a load of shit. Seriously, this pathing is so bad. And at this stage, the Doomflayers are going to come around this way as well. Because now the advantage is ours. Ikit, stick a Warp Lightning on there. Nice. Okay, that tower is now sorted. We're going to bring the melee infantry to here, though. Their job is to guard the rear of our gunners. Guard their asses, pretty literally. And then the Doomflayers can just come in here as backup. There we go, that unit evaporates. These crossbowmen get one. And again. And what I'll do is I'll stick one unit of Skaven slaves further forward than all the rest of the units here in the melee, so that we're only sacrificing one at a time. Once we've cleared out this, we're going to turn the guns around so that we're ready to fight him. Warp Lightning on them, that should get rid of them. Okay, guns around. Ikit Claw and Belquint Marsqueak to there. Melee to there. Not worried about these Skaven slaves here. Just let them stay there, distracting the general while we get set up to shoot him. They've shattered. Chase down those swordsmen. Skaven slaves are getting their asses kicked. That's fine by me. That's what they exist for. In fact, let's just pull them out, because we might as well. Why let them die for nothing? Because now we're going to beat the shit out of the general. Get out of the way, Skaven slaves. And as you can see, that is the army loss penalty because the general took so much damage. Simple as that, guys. It's long-winded, but it's a very easy fight, realistically speaking. I didn't even have to resort to letting Ikit get beaten up on the walls, really. But that's an option that's available for you. Stick him up on the walls in this corner and just cast the magic on top of him, but we didn't even need to do that. Job done. Close victory, my ass. Okay, battle over. We sack the settlement, get that extra money. Parts of Sartosa have destroyed Tilia, whatever.
Chief Warlock, Ikit Claw.
And then we're going to occupy this at tier 3 because that's the highest we can go. We repair the docks and we go for construction cavern and we go for weapons dump. Ikit Claw, we stick 2 points into Ancient Cunning. Belquint Marsqueak, 1 into Arms Dealer. And that, guys, aside from this, is the end of our turn. We're just going to we're going to go for the ones that give you research here. So we're going to go for the one that gives you devious plans and the one for public order and ruthless plans here. Basically recruitment reduction and public order. Not because we're worried about the public order, but because it unlocks research chains. I'm expecting Aranessa to declare war on us. It doesn't matter. So we're going to end that turn there without recruiting anything more for Ikit Claw. So we're on turn 5. Sartosa has not declared war on us yet. I don't care. It is time to go top 10 anime betrayals and attack Morghur the Shadowgave. There he is, trying to recruit. And he thought he had some friends. What a mug. Obviously it says valiant defeat there. That's a load of shit. We're not going to recruit any menace belows here because we don't need it. We'll just fight this manually. I'll show you how to get through it. So the key with this battle is that it is a Beastmen siege map. So it looks like an open field map, but it's actually not. They will be very reluctant to come any further than this road here when you attack in this zone. Something to be aware of is that there are stupid, badly designed parts of this map where you can't cast your magic because it's like there's an umbrella blocking it from coming down, and you can't give attack orders to units that are moving through certain sections like this one over by the trees here. It's very crap, but hey-ho. Now, we're going to go Skaven Slave Slingers in groups of 3 units again. Belquint there. Ikit Claw there. Melee Infantry. Rattling Gunners. And then we're going to hold the Doomflayers and the Jezzails in reserve. Because if we need to kill off Morghur in order to conquer the settlement, that's what we want the Jezzails for. They're the best of that. Just getting him dealt with from range where he can't do his area of effect bullshit. So let's start moving these forward to attack that space there. Ikit Claw's going to come here. There should be a unit of something like Ungor Raiders over here. Oh, also, just to keep things simple, in case I'm distracted, I put the slingers in skirmish mode. It doesn't matter too much on this map if they sort of run in dodgy directions, because obviously there's only so far the Beastmen will chase him. And what we're looking to do here, again, is cast magic on blobs. Come on, there's bound to be a unit here. There they are. Ungor Raiders. Bernie, Bernie, please. And get into melee with them. So we'll put Belquint Marsqueak here. Morghur tends to just hang around in that spot there. Sometimes he'll actually start out here, but eventually he runs back there regardless. He's kind of a pussy. Okay, that looks like a good potential spot for a brass orb. And a nice sexy warp lightning there. Ikit, you can drop back. And we will get the slingers up a little bit more so that they can start attacking blobs in this area too. Because obviously, this being a choke point, they're more likely to attack here. We're just going to start attacking this barricade. takes time to break through, but obviously the AI will then start to react to that by trying to attack us for attacking it. We just got to watch out for stuff that's hidden in this area, because obviously we're dealing with beastmen, so they're very sneaky. Like, even by Skaven standards, beastmen are pretty sneaky. Get these slingers further forward. Same again here. And Balequint can just hold them off if needs be, so that the Rattling Gunners can finish them off. Try not to get him into that position too much, though, because he does take friendly fire damage. We will stick a Warp Lightning on there, because that will also help break down the barricade. That unit is now shattered. Balequint, come to here, see if you can provoke some more guys into coming forward.
Ikit Claw.
Okay, so we broke down the barricade, so that should mean more units come forward. Which means we can cast this on top of them. Right, Balequint's taking some hits there. Oh, there we go. Sneaky beastmen. Balequint, stick a Warp Lightning on top of them, just to give yourself a bit of breathing room. More coming in. What's that, an Ungor herd or something? Ungor spearmen herd, yep. I'll try and lure them in this direction. Okay, just engage them in melee, Balequint, without getting like right into the firing lines. Warp Lightning. And jump out the way. I'm going to start bringing the Doom Flares up now, because we can use them to go and scout out units, and we'll get the Jezzails and the melee infantry up here in case we need to start taking points with them. Now we can just go and start spotting some units. We'll get Balequint to here and the Rattling Guns to here. I think it's pretty much just Morghur left now. A couple of units that haven't shattered, but that's it really. If there's anyone else there, we've still got plenty of ammo for everything. I mean, the Rattling Guns have got infinite ammo anyway. Bring the Jezzails forward a little bit, and then we're going to start shooting at Morghur just to soften him up. It's all about just provoking enough to get us the army loss penalty. He'll run around a bit to avoid shots, but that's okay. Right, let's go and take a point now. Again, we're going for army loss rather than, like, killing everything. Because Morghur's a pain in the ass to kill outright. Okay, they've shattered now. Take the capture point. And what should happen now is Morghur should come over here to try and take that. While he's doing that, let's get the Rattling Gunners positioned there so that we can maybe shoot him while he's stood there. Now we've taken that point as well. Now we'll go for this core point. We'll run around just to bother him. And then we'll start shooting him. And now he's capping that point. Let's go for central point. And get the Rattling Guns to close in. And there you go, the army loss penalty just hit. It was just a matter of prodding it enough until he quit. And that's it. Job done. Close victory again. Yeah, seemed really close, didn't it, guys? And we'll just straight loot and occupy here. Because there's not much difference in the money. It's 120 gold. So we'll just take it at tier 1.
Chief Warlock, Ikit Claw.
And can't recruit anything decent just yet. We're going to max out Ancient Cunning. Put 1 into Looter. And for Belquim Marsqueak, we're going to go into Arms Dealer again. So that's now maxed out. We have an imminent rebellion coming at Magritta. That's not a problem, because that garrison's pretty damn solid, so they won't attack it anytime soon. We can bring Ikit Claw over to help defend it when the time comes, though, just to get it done sooner. But that, guys, is the end of turn 5. Let me just check Skaven Blight. Yep, everything there is fine. And the Warherd of the Shadowgave is gone. That easy. You don't even need to fight his starting army, so don't worry about it. Okay, turn 6. We've got Skaven Rebels down here, and we're going to head over to Nuja.
Ikit Claw. Move, move.
And we might as well start building the weapons burrow up to tier 2 while we're at it. Tier 3 while we're at it. And that, guys, is the end of turn 6. Very, very basic. We'll hit Nuja now, turn 7. I am going to auto-resolve that. Even I'm not anally retentive enough to fight that one manually. We will sack it.
Attack, attack.
And now we will loot and occupy. And at this stage, I'm going to recruit 4 units of Plague Claw catapults. And I'm going to get rid of our melee infantry, because we don't need it anymore. And we'll get a couple of units of warp fire throwers. And Ikit is now on his Doom Flare. For research, obviously go with Ruthless Plans here for the extra. Actually, do you know what? Let's reduce the recruitment costs with Devious Plans. I still want to recruit now, because if we try to recruit next turn, I reckon they'll besiege Magritta. So we'll also start repairing the docks at Nuja. Still no war with the parts of Sartosa, but I'm sure it's coming. And if it's not, we'll kill him later. It's fine. Draft Master for Ikit. Oh, we got 1 more unit of melee infantry. No point keeping that around. We're not going to use it. For the commandment here, obviously, let's go growth. And that's not expensive, so we'll get the port as well. We'll upgrade the port, I should say. End the turn. Sure enough, I do believe this is the Pirates of Sartosa declaring war on us. Oh no. Very sad. Many such cases. Ugh, these pop-up quests. Piss off. Don't drag me around the map. Stupid old twat. Right. Rebels are there. I am going to come to here. And we'll go into channeling stance, because why not? And we'll go for triangulation for Belquim Marsqueak. For research now, go Ruthless Plans. And I'm going to recruit a Lord here at Skaven Blight. We'll start taking it up to tier 3. That's how much I'm worried about Aranessa Saltspite. It's not because I need a Lord here to win this battle, this siege. It's because I want to get the chance to level 1 up while we've got the chance. Now, I like Warlock Masters. Obviously, Grey Seers of Plague have a bit more early stage utility, but I like Warlock Masters because you can use speed because they get Doomflayer mounts. They're the only really fast Skaven lords. So I'm going to get one of those, stick him in there. It's strategist, so he's got better campaign range. I'm not going to bother recruiting any units for him. It's not really necessary at this stage. But we can now also get a Warlock engineer with the Scheme of Doom. Your options for the Scheme of Doom are basically either send them to Altdorf to make you money, or send them to Athel Loren so that they can start building up more undercities so that you can plague the enemy and generally just deal with the Wood Elves a bit more easily when the time comes. I'm going to go for the Wood Elf option, so we're going to send our little rat boy engineer up there. We don't really need to do anything else, do we? No, all is good. We're not going to put any growth into the two smaller settlements yet until we can get Magritta up to tier 4. End of turn 8. Even the garrison beats this army, so we didn't need to bring the army across, but it's okay. Better safe than sorry. Let's go for food there. We do need to build our food up. And now Ikit can go into ambush stance and go and stand himself right there to see if the Estalians want to come and play. Because if they do, oh my word, do I ever have some nasty surprises for them. I'm going to go for always more casualty replenishment. Do you know what? Actually, I'm going to go for growth first. Harsh production quotas. Because you get the plus 10 growth. I want to start building up Skaven Blight a little bit faster. End of turn 9. Okay, Aranessa went for Skaven Blight. Obviously, it's saying Valiant Defeat there. That's not what's going to happen. I'm not going to show you all of the siege because it's quite boring and takes time, but I'm going to tell you the nuts and bolts and how I fight it and show you the result at the end. I don't really need to show you too much in this battle here, just the nuts and bolts of how to fight it. After you've got yourself set up properly, it's pretty much self-explanatory. So what we're going to do, we'll put our Plague Claw catapults here, so they're in like a safe firing platform here as enemies approach down these lanes. And we're going to occupy the towers specifically so we can get some shots in, but then jump off when the time comes. So here I'm going to say let's go for clan rats with shields. Just put them here. Because they've got some bats here and you have to assume they're going to attack us on the walls. So you beat the hell out of them. That's a unit destroyed nice and quickly. And obviously that means we're also occupying the tower here. No point occupying this tower. It's not going to have the firing line. Now on this side, I don't think we're going to get many shots out of this tower, but we might as well stick something on there. I'm going to say let's stick unit of clan rats on there, unit of clan rats on there, and then over here I'm going to go clan rat spears up here because this tower spot is great. Because they don't really do much against this, so you can just shoot at them constantly throughout. And then we will have one unit here. And they'll shoot there. I'll actually use that unit there, because I like to keep things in line. That one there and that one there. So the clan rat spears are holding this area. And then the rest, we are going to... should I use the night runners here, actually? I got deck gunners there, so I don't want them to get shot up. The night runners are pretty useful. Do you know what? We'll keep the night runners over here. Just for the moment. Just keep them here. And then these guys will just have positioned around the secondary point, the key building. And what you want to do is you want to, as soon as you've got the points for it, go for the rattling rocket tower. Because that's what does the most damage. That's what will hold the enemy out. Now, the Warlock Engineer, I'm going to have over here. Because he can get some casts on as these guys are climbing the walls. That's it, really. Let's just get started. And just pick your targets. I'm going to go for deck gunners for the first bit of targeting. And again, and obviously we've got 6 menace belows as well. Go for those bombers. Yeah, getting a few shots off from here, but not many. Do you know what? We're just going to pull that unit out. That tower is not really active. Aim for there. I'm going to stick a menace below on these deck gunners. We're just looking for the point at which they will start to climb the walls. I might look at this chance to cast a spell there because it looks like they're going to blob nicely. There we go. Okay, let's look over here. Yep, those bats are gone. So are those deck gunners. Right, we're now going to run. Get those up on. Get those away from the walls. Okay, get those down and send them over here. And then while they're climbing up the walls here, I'm going to just hit them with some warp lightnings. Right, these guys are only very slowly getting away, so just pull them a bit faster. Build the tower. We'll put some blockers up here to slow things down a little. I feel like we'll use this unit here now because we've got menace belows that we can use to attack these, finish them off. Go for those militia. Ah, there's Aranessa. Right. Let's bum rush her with the storm vermin. Just get them over here, and we'll also commit these. We've got obviously the night runner shooting her, so that's good. Just try and get the Lord away from her. She's a pretty tough duelist, but it's okay. And we'll stick another warp lightning on that as we're going. And just get the general up to here. Get them to there. These to here. And now go for that in melee. And just let the night runners chase these around. Or be chased around. Go into skirmish mode on them, it's fine. There you go, she's gone. Okay, let's get these back up here. And there we go, simple enough. Other than Aranessa being quite tanky to deal with, and the hero as well being quite tanky, there was nothing to worry about, and that's literally the general plus the garrison. If you're not feeling particularly confident ahead of the battle, once you've got notice that she's coming, you can recruit some Skaven slave slingers, or you can recruit the general at Tabaro, recruit some warp fire throwers or plague claw catapults or both, and then forced march him into Skaven Blight as soon as possible. But it's a simple job, guys, nothing to worry about. Pyrrhic victory, my ass. Okay, that's the Battle of Skaven Blight done. We're going to go for... We got a fair bit of money we could do with some... saying that, our food's pretty good as well. Let's go for money. We'll take that. Nice bit of income from that battle. And the enemy failed to spot our ambush. We can just auto-resolve that, let's be real. And we'll take food this time. And I'd say that was a pretty productive end turn, wouldn't you? So the general can just stay there and recuperate. We'll give him Root Marcher and 2 into Ancient Cunning, ready for when he starts putting his army together. Over here by Tabaro, ready to go and attack Miragliano. But the main thing here is this army is going to Bilbali. So you can auto-resolve that and all you'll lose is some Skaven Slave Slingers. Obviously, we want to be moving as fast as possible. So we want to take Bilbali and we want to be able to move on quickly. So we're going to fight it manually for minimal casualties. The Menace Belows, that is more than enough for that job. Let's get to it. This place, it's a very simple siege. You go for this corner here because that has the minimum tower coverage. And you just take out these 2 central towers here, and then you set yourself up to be able to fire down this road, and this road with your Plague Claw catapults. And it's simple. Even if there's a full-sized army in there, you can win this. Once you get the units inside, it's... Well, if you even need to. But once you've got your units inside, they can't stand a chance against Skaven weapons teams here. You just have to create space for them to do it is all. So we'll leave Ikit and Belquint Marsqueak there. And again, I don't think you're going to need to watch much of this, but I'll show you little bits here and there probably. Okay, having taken the towers out, we're going to move forward a bit. And Ikit and Belquint can move forward as well. I like to put them next to a tower there so it's harder to shoot them. And we're just looking out, as always, for spots to drop some magic on. Some kind of blob would be nice. That's looking like it'll be a productive one. Bingo bango. There we go, that was good. The Plague Claw catapults we're going to set up so that they can shoot right down that road. And now we'll just get inside and start beating the crap out of everything with Ikit and the Doom Flayers. Warp Lightning. More Warp Lightning. We'll just bring the warp fire throwers to there. Start moving the rattling guns and Jezels forward. And we'll just hold the general at bay for a second while we get the guns inside to deal with him. He's only on foot, so he's not a big threat. Once the rattling guns are in place, I'm going to run Ikit away from the general and lead him towards the guns. There we go. And obviously the warp fire throwers are way in advance of anything the AI can bring here. But that's the army loss penalty. It didn't even matter once we'd got full control inside. Job done, guys. Decisive victory. So, battle done. Plenty of money for that. We're going to sack Bilbali. Obviously that lord survived the battle, whatever.
Chief Warlock, Ikit Claw.
Then we're going to loot and occupy at tier 5.
Take for Skryre.
There's going to be a rebellion here next turn. Who cares? And let's start building the good stuff. We're going to go with a construction cavern. We're going to go with a weapons dump. We're going to go with the Pox Cauldron. We'll go with the warp generator. It's a matter of what you like. You could go with any one of these now. Those are the main ones that I like, though. Weapons teams, artillery, plague priests, and money. I'm going to say let's get some defenses up as well, or a better garrison. And then I'm probably going to save the rest of the money here, because the next thing I'm going to do is bring this guy over here to Tabaro. And we're going to start recruiting his first army. And yeah, see the situation here? We've got a very strong army. You don't have to go this tight for it if you don't want to, because obviously Morghur is pretty much wide open to attack. Like, you could pretty much, having taken out Aranessa Saltspite's army, you could probably take it with just some Plague Claw catapults and the rattling guns, which you can recruit in one turn. Now, over here, Bilbali is done. Obviously, Estalia will attack us over the end turn, but that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. That's an auto-resolve. But guys, that's basically it. As you've seen, we've taken out the Beastmen, only really needing to fight them once to take Montinas, not having to fight Morghur's starting army, which is quite tough, but with a bit of Skaven trickery, we avoided it altogether. We've taken out Estalia basically as a faction. They'll die off over the end turn when they try to attack us. We've beaten Aranessa Saltspite's starting army and wounded her, and we're now priming to go over and start attacking her land. And we can make this army as good as we like. Now, obviously, the next stage for Ikit Claw will be to head up and go after the Fey Enchantress. This one goes over to Morghur. You start getting more food. You start getting more money. We've got 3 whole provinces to ourselves already and our very first tier 5 settlement. Anyone wonder why it is that I don't go for the Skaven Blight tier 5 siege? It's because we can get it in 10 turns anyway. It's not worth it. So, guys, that is how you start an Ikit Claw campaign. I hope you found this video useful, or that you've at least enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it or found it useful, please hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, and join me again for the next video. I appreciate your time, guys, and thank you.